welcome back to Team Down TV's coverage of the CyberGamer Pro League as Team Immunity take on Myth eSports. My name is Menace, and joining me once again is Gogo Gadget.
Yes, good to be here, of course, Menace, and we are finally back in the room now with the right picks after a little bit of disconnect issues and swap issues. So hopefully we can get this game underway right now, and in fact we can see the summoner spells that both of these teams going for this game. Good to see that Swiper, who's actually playing the Orianna, has picked up Barrier.
What?
So Swiper's actually going to be in the mid lane, it looks like, for this game.
Okay. So look, they're switching it up everywhere. So Rosie's going top, Swiper's going mid, and looks like Skiller will be down the bottom lane. Is it Skiller? Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Skiller, I don't know. Who knows?
I'll probably say Skiller. Alright, so that's what it's going to be. It is going to be Shiv in that top lane against Nasus. It's an interesting matchup, Gogo. What do you think?
I mean, Shyvana shoves extremely hard, but then again, of course, Nasus with the Spirit Fire, can control waves pretty well also. So we'll have to see how that lane goes. Although Denuncio, he doesn't have Ignite in that top lane, opting for that teleport, which of course a lot of Nasuses do go for instead. But what that means is that he's going to have a little bit of a harder time in lane against Rosie, who's obviously taken that Ignite. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays out.
It will be interesting to see some Shyvana in action. It's definitely an uncommon pick for Oceanic scene. I know there's a lot overseas that does get picked, especially China. But yeah, a lot of resources spent on taking away Chile's comfortable champions. He did end up getting Fizz, who I know he's a competent Fizz player. So he'll be going up against Swiper in the mid lane on Orianna, which is going to be interesting once again. I'm sure Swiper played mid lane before, but he's usually up in that top lane. Obviously, with the recent changes, we've got Corky now a high priority target in the picks. Not so much of the bans. He usually makes it through the bans, but I'm just looking around and I don't see a Z anywhere. Gogo.
Yeah, no Zed. So obviously this team's not really valuing Zed as much as I suppose other teams in the international scene, or just not as comfortable on Zed. Obviously Swiper, he's typically the top laner for Team Immunity, so may not have as much experience on Zed that someone like Swiffer might have. So he's going to be sticking with that Orianna there. And, really, I'd expect him to be putting a lot of pressure onto Chile's Fizz in the middle lane early. Obviously, Orianna has that slight edge, especially in a range versus main lane matchup, just because of those clockwork wind-up enhanced auto attacks that, that her passive gives her. So Chile's really going to be feeling the hurt early on, but like any sort of Fizz matchup, as soon as he hits 6, he's going to have a lot of kill potential, especially if Bedoink comes, with an assault and battery at 6 as well to help try and secure the kill.
There is a lot of burst damage and a lot of dive potential from Myth eSports coming up against, like I was saying before, Gogo, the Immunity's really good siege team as opposed to Myth's front up close damage, and they're going to see Immunity going to need a lot of control of vision through the river to make sure that Myth aren't just rolling around, just skirmishing, as well as Fizz roam potential there as we head into the loading screen. But I'm not sure about these team comps. I'm not sure who I like better. I think Immunity have got the better team. I'm really not sure about the Shyvana pick, how it will come into play, because like I was saying, I haven't really seen much. But obviously, Radier playing Caitlyn is something different as well. Ezreal was open and he didn't want to go for that. Opted out for Caitlyn as well with Sona in that bottom lane. And Aatrox on Spooks. We've seen Spooks play some amazing Aatrox recently, and he will be probably spending a bit of time around mid lane, focusing down Chili Philly.
Yeah, that's right there. So to wait and see how that middle lane plays out. Particularly, I'm very interested in seeing which jungler gets the first gank off in this game. I think that'll really set the pace of the game in the middle lane. So in the meantime, though, down in the bottom lane, you mentioned Caitlyn as well, and why Radier's picked that one. Caitlyn against Corky, it's not not particularly favourable to Caitlyn, because Corky does outtrade Caitlyn if he manages to get in range for an AA and a phosphorus bomb. But having that Sona there as well just means that IM's bottom lane not really looking to fight, just looking to, you know, CS, keep up, and really not by just you know, Radius just going to be looking to you know, keep healthy in that bottom lane with the help of Skylar.
And can do that with the massive amount of range that Caitlyn does have at level 1. So a very safe pick, and I guess if anyone's going to be playing a safe late game carry, you better off be putting it on Radier, because he's very mechanically sound. Now we see both of these teams heading towards this middle lane right now, and looks like it's going to be the dance-off, pretty much standard dance-off. I've seen this quite a lot between the two teams. Sometimes results in action, a lot of the time it is just a show of each other's champions at the front there. You can scout out a bit of intel and see the other guys' items, but they're just chilling out. You can see Radier now getting locked up though. Ooh, just trading. I guess it's a pretty even trade though between Morzium and Radier there.
It is. Looks like we're seeing a bit of an invade here from the rest of Team Immunity. Radier is actually just kind of getting a few hits on Bedoink. He's actually in a bit of trouble.
Radier does get locked up again under turret, taking more damage, and he's going to have to go B.
Interesting. It looks like in the meantime, Denunzio is going to be backing out there on that Nasus as well. So, and
look at this ward go right up in the top lane. They're going to spot Nasus going back. I'm not sure the reason for that one. Do you know why they would put that there?
Nasus going back. No, I'll have to wait and see what impact it has. I'm not too sure. But in the meantime, looks like Bedoink is going to be helped out by Denunzio to start off with the red there. But Rosie's actually looking for maybe a bit of damage and early kills, something like that.
Oh, he's going straight in there, doing damage onto Denunzio. The red buff still pounding away at Bedoink, and he will not fight that one. Return to his lane. Denunzio forced to throw out a health pot as well. So not a bad trade. Get that health pot used.
Oh yeah, and of course that ward up there, I didn't see it a moment ago, but yeah, that is the lane swap ward. Typically we do see it put kind of in the brush just away from the golems, but it's basically just to check if any lane swaps, any level 1 duo lanes moving up to top are happening. So that will not be this game. Looks like everyone's keeping it pretty vanilla, keeping it normal. Already Swiper with a nice bit of pressure there onto Chili. That's what he really needs to be getting down at these early levels to kind of build up an advantage big enough so that once Chili hits 6 and Bedoink as well, that he's able to kind of go even against them. Or not really go even against them, but cope.
Yeah. Chili, being very experienced on Orianna, should be able to pretty much predict, what's like coming out of Orianna and the way which he will use those skills. You see Aatrox moving towards the race for a bit of counter jungling. Vi will be joining the mid lane very soon, I suspect, as Grasping Loops land onto the Radier. He'll have a Peacemaker there on the Fluffy Cow, pushing out a little bit of damage, as you can see. Oh, Bedoink doesn't quite dash across into the race there, and Spooks will steal that one away. He still has the passive up, so now he's doing heaps of damage. Knock up onto Bedoink, though. This could be first blood as well. Swiper in the mid lane. There's the passive popped onto Spooks. Spooks is trying desperately to get the slow onto Bedoink, and Bedoink will vault break away. Nasus now moving down through the red buff. You can see out of lane for 2 seconds, and Rosie's now going to start some dirty farming.
Yeah, wow, look at that. So Rosie, pretty ballsy move there, but of course he's recognised that Bedoink had to back, so he should be fine doing that for at least one wave there. In the meantime,
mid lane Chili now taking a lot of damage as well. Not a bad trade actually between the two of them, and Radiant now using those Piltover Peacemakers to this full advantage of at range there on the Fluffy Cow.
Yeah, that's right. So it's like Radiant, that's absolutely correct, using that range of his to an advantage. Of course, has to be careful of Morcian's grasping roots like that.
Lands onto Radier, well as the Phosphorus Bomb. The exhaust comes out though from Skiller. Flash from Morcian will get away. Both of those guys so low right now. Yeah,
they're going to have to back out after that one. Nicely played by Radier. In the meantime, up in the top, no, Denunzio is going to be fine there, but Radier, he is pretty good mechanically, some would say. Some would say Menace. So really winning out on that one. He had the headshot primed, I'll say. So that's what helped him out in that little trade there. Even with a really nice grasping roots from Morseum. And those guys may even lose his cannon minion before they head back into the lane.
And Swiper's actually gone back and bought a few items, picked up the 2 Fairy Charms boots and a ward as well. So now Chili will have to do the same. Otherwise, if he sticks around, I don't think he will be long for the world. This world anyway. Rosie now will also head back. Yeah, burn that ignite onto Denuncio, so there's a bit of damage gone for Rosie under his belt, especially pre-6. I mean, he's level 5 now, probably only a couple of minions before he hits that level 6, just chilling out in the brush. So first buy is coming out for everybody. What are we looking at, Gogo?
Okay, let's take a look. So, Radier going for a little bit of a sustain in the lane there with that Vamp Scepter. So, he's not going to be getting too low, especially with the help of Skylar's Sona. He's kind of alternating between the Q and the W there, the Perseverance and the Hymn of Valor. So, it looks like in the meantime, on the Myth bottom side, bottom lane, looks like, yeah, we're going to have a Phage Rush here by Fluffy Cow. It's going to be transitioning into a Triforce as per usual. Morseum, interestingly enough, picked up an Amp Tone. I'd say that it'd be going into a Cage's lucky pick, but very aggressive sort of start there, and that means that in any all-ins, Morseum is going to drop pretty quickly if IM do manage to get the damage down onto him.
Yeah, maybe he didn't quite have enough money to purchase a Ruby Crystal or something along those lines. But yeah, it's not really going to be good news for this bottom lane. As you can see, getting zoned pretty hard right now. Even Corky didn't have enough money to buy more than a longsword. He's even picked up a sight ward of his own. So I guess really feeling the pressure in this bottom lane, wanting to keep a bit of vision around. He's picked up that as well. And Shyvana now getting a Vamp Scepter.
Yeah, wow, look at the pressure that IM's lane is putting onto Myth. That's a lot of pressure, that's for sure. So, yeah, up in the top lane, that Vamp Scepter on Shyvana. Probably going to be turning...
lane.
Ooh.
There's a barrier out from Fluffy Cow. Throws out the Gatling gun. Will not follow up on that one. Look, Skillet is still very high health, and just the sustain from Sona is going to keep them in this lane. Both Morseum and Fluffy Cow will not be able to get it. There's a grasping roots again, landing onto Radier. That plant just beaten down Skillet on the Sona. And more control for immunity in this bottom lane. It's just huge at the moment. Wow, Morseum is so close. Phosphorus bomb on the Skillet as well. There's a flash, and the Piltover Peacemaker from Radier will take it down.
Oh, meanwhile at Rosie.
Oh no, where are we at? Up in the top lane. Rosie has popped out that ultimate. Myth Chili has joined the fight. He's taking a lot of damage though. There's a flash from Rosie. Rosie's now 2v1. I don't think he will survive. Swiper comes in, takes a kill onto Vi. Denuncio now in a lot of trouble as well. I don't think, Swiper's just going to walk away.
Wow, Swipe's going to be pretty happy with that one. 2 assists, although Rosie picking up the DK in the jungle there. That was a nice passage of play, and they're actually going to turn that, I should say, into a middle tower. Yeah, I don't think Chili's going to be able to get back in time to defend that. So, given that Denuncio is not using his teleport as well, that is the first tower of the game for Team Immunity. And down in the bottom lane, look at this. This lane is so far out of control for Myth eSports, and...
He built over Peacemaker the wrong way. He says WTF in chat as well. That's very uncommon for Radier to do something like that, but it's still funny. But that's a lot of pressure on this bottom half of the map, and now Skillet in trouble trying to back. He's actually forced to flash away.
Yeah. Wow,
just all he had to do was back on the tower, and he still have his flash. That's quite unfortunate, and a good get for both Morseum and Fluffy Cow.
Yeah, and one thing which really hasn't... well, I think could have worked better for Myth Esports' bottom lane is if Morseum on that Zyra support had actually taken Ignite. What that would mean is that they could probably all in IM's bottom lane a little bit earlier, a little bit kind of better. There was some situations there where Skylar was kind of almost low enough where an all-in from Fluffy Cow and an Ignite from Morseum, potentially could have taken him out there. But of course, having that exhaust instead means that they really haven't been able to pick up anything. In the meantime, though, we are seeing the rotate down there from Bedoink.
Yeah, moving down through the brush, deciding against it, does get stands on a trap, so Yordle Snap Trap too strong. Oh, just making it look like he's heading back. I think that Immunity will know that they're around. Skillet actually going back as well, so he'll be picking up the floor.
Oh, the gank up and top.
Yeah, there's a gank at top lane. Spooks, a lot of damage. There's an ulti from Orianna. Denuncio falling very low. Spooks under the tower, has the passive, will survive just.
Yes, so he's going to be pretty happy with that one. Using a passive there on that Aatrox for a kill and a tower. Although nice move here from Myth Esports, recognizing that the middle laner and jungler for IM up in the top lane there, they're just going to take out this dragon. There's no way that the bottom lane from IM can contest this, although Chili actually looks like he's roaming up top for a potential kill onto Spooks.
Ooh, it is very low. Spooks. I think he would actually be paying with his life, really not going to be able to do it. But, you know, Immunity say, yeah, keep your dragon. I'm going to take this second tier top lane. There is the ulti onto Spooks. Spooks does dash away, flashes over the wall. Very low right now. Slow onto him as well as the shield will stop from that damage over time. Going Myth Chili now in big trouble. Waiting for that troll pole. Both Swiper and Rosie now. There's the troll pole away. Will Nasus be able to catch up with them? There's a ward in that brush. And Chili is just in a lot of trouble, I think, right now. Oh, Denuncio comes along as well. Rosie throws out the ultimate onto Chili. Chili falling very low. Look at how much damage that Rosie does on that Shyvana. It's huge.
Wow.
And he's on a killing spree right now.
Immense damage there coming out from Rosie, and looks like Rosie's going for the Bort build, the Blade of the Rune King, of course. And what that means is that he's going to be able to contend with Denuncio. And if Denuncio ever tries to split push, ever tries to create some pressure on the map on his own, Rosie is going to be able to handedly, you know, contest with him up in that top lane, or, you know, wherever he does decide to split push once he finishes off. Yes, he's finished that one off right there. So that's going to be really bad news for Denuncio and Myth Esports as a whole, because without that option of Nasus creating pressure, you know, like that, it's going to be really hard for them. They're already down 5 kills to 1. Gold lead is about 5k in IM's favor, and with Myth's team comp, Menace, it's not really the sort of team that you want to be behind. You know, Vi's just going to melt at the front lines. You're going to have Fizz that's going to go in there, you know, not have enough damage to assassinate any key targets on IM, especially with that shield as well.
Spook to be in trouble. There's the ulti from Chili as well as Bolt Breaker. There's enough, but Swiper's come around and turn the fight in their favor, possibly. Flash over the wall as well. Swiper now getting locked up from the grasping roots, and Zyra falling so low, has to use their ultimate and will survive, but interesting trade there, 1 for 1, jungler for jungler. Yeah,
so I think they came out a little bit worse for you on that one, because Myth, where'd the kill go onto Myth? It did actually go onto Chili, so that's probably worth it for Myth there. But saying that, you know, Swiper, he's looking pretty good at the moment. 1-0-4 on that Orianna, 88 CS, so a bit of a low CS game, but we've seen lots of roaming, lots of action around the map. And yeah, not really much farming, which is always great to see. Already 4 turrets down at this 13-minute stage of the game from IM. This is, you know, really starting to look out of control for Myth.
It is. There's a lot of pressure now and a lot of map control for Team Immunity. They have got a lot of items ahead. I mean, Shyvana is 4-1-0, and Rosie's just basically walking around in the enemy jungle doing whatever he wants, clearing out the minions. And like you said, that wave clear was actually quite huge, and definitely beating Nasus for the potential split pushing. He does have teleport, so he's trying his best to split push, but he's only really got, he's got nothing basically. Just a giant spell, Negatron Cloak, as well as Cloth Armor, and that Negatron Cloak is probably not going to help too much against Shyvana. I'm not sure how much magic damage, if any. Yeah, so just her Flame Breath, her E does do magic damage, so not really going to help with that. Maybe just using it to escape, you know, a bit of damage from Swiper coming up in the top lane.
Yeah, it certainly is an interesting pickup, and, you know, if we look at Denuncio, it says 92 at the moment, so really not doing well in that lane against Rosie. And Rosie, to be fair, has got those 4 kills, so you know, pretty much unduelable at the moment with that Blade of the Rune King. It looks like Chili's going to try for this blue buff here. IM's not going to let that happen.
Spooks coming over. There's Chum the Waters in the middle. Doesn't land on anybody. Radiant getting zoned a little bit now. Teleport coming in from Nasus as well in the middle of it. It is a Sona crescendo. Really nice. Now, Morsium falling to Shyvana. Double kill for Aatrox. As Denuncio, Ace in the hole coming out. Going to land on the Fluffy Cow. Doesn't quite get the kill as well. This is going to be a 3rd turret for Team Immunity.
Yeah, Team Immunity looking so strong at the moment. It just went 3 for none there. And as that turret drops, that's going to be their 5th turret. None in response from Myth Esports at the moment. I feel as though, you know, even though we're only 15 minutes in or so at the moment, Menace, it's just looking like Myth Esports, they've got a mountain to climb if they want to bring this game back. You know, you look at their team composition, what have they got that's kind of going for them as we move into the middle and later stages of the game? It's pretty much just Denunzio on that, on that Nasus, and he's really not looking like he's in a position to carry this game in the late game. Only 18 stacks on that siphoning strike, and at the 15-minute stage, that's not what you want.
No, it definitely needs to be a lot higher. Out of the 94 CS, having 18 stacks is not very good, I guess, at all. He does have a fair bit of tankiness to him at the moment, but as in scale to the enemy's damage, it's not really going to last him very long. And like you said, they got a huge mountain to climb, and I don't think they're going to be looking at trying to climb it. They'll be looking to maybe go that next game. Think about what to do with game 2 in this best of 3. Who will they ban out? What will they maybe take away? As they will be on the blue side this time. Obviously getting first pick. 6-team immunity starting up. Baron having so much control. Maybe Chili will come along. Throw a ward over. Does he have a ward? No, he doesn't. So just goes straight in. Troll poles in, troll poles out. Does know that they're doing the Baron, but I don't think this is a good idea. Immunity actually backing away. They are very low. I mean, Spook's is only level 9, and so is Skiller. Swiper only level 11. They're still very low at the moment. And it looks like Rosie trying to catch out Chili. There's Chum the Waters on top of Rosie, but does absolutely nothing. Completely unstoppable. Spooks now could be very low. He does have that passive up. Could eventually fall, obviously being very low from that Baron. Now Radier coming in, kills over Peacemaker, doesn't quite land on Fluffy Cow, now being the focus of Radier's attention. There is a Grasping Roots over the side though, locks up Spooks. Spooks will get away. Crescendo, there's only on Morsium at the moment. Now Denunzio being focused down. There's Oriana ulti in the middle. There's Fury of the Sands as well from Nasus being popped just to save his life, not used in the offense, having to use it in defense, which is not a good sign. And now they're going to siege this tower down as well. Go.
Yeah, that's right. And this tower's going to drop very, very fast. Thanks, of course, for rapid clarifying that one. It is, in fact, 189 stacks at the moment on Denunzio. That 6 is cut off, so I'm going to blame Riot's UI design for that one. Cutting off that 3, making me look silly. But in the meantime, I are going to be taking out this dragon. And yeah, it's looking like they're probably going to have this first game, to be completely honest, Menace. We've got Rosie up in the top lane on this Shyvana, completely unstoppable, 6-1-0, 177 CS. You know, you've got to send at least 2 members, if not 3, if you're Myth Esports, to try and contest with him on that Shyvana, going full beast mode, full dragon mode up there. And Spooks as well, really been doing work on this jungle. Aatrox contributed to 5 of his team's 10 kills. But really has, made some objectives happen as well. Those towers after the kills really have helped IM with their gold and experience lead.
Well, looks like they want to try and gank to Chili as well. The ball going on to Spooks. But, yep, the command Shockwave is up on Swiper. So they could potentially fight here, but they're just keeping the pressure on all around. And it's interesting to see how the lane swaps and the swap ups with the positions have really not affected immunity that badly. They're playing really a good game. Rosie, who's usually their support, can handle himself. Although Spook's now into trouble up in this top lane. Does get withered away and locked up from the Grasping Roots over the wall. Nice as well. Spook flashes away, and there is the Shockwave being used in defense.
Yeah, so that was a nice little trade there by me, getting that Shockwave cooldown away, and of course Spooks' flash. Spooks still has that Bloodwell passive available to him from the looks of things. So he's going to be returning back up there. In the meantime, we see Skylar just clearing out that Baron area of wards, and we've got Rosie split pushing on his Triforce, Blade of the Ruined King Shyvana, looking just dangerous, scary at the moment even.
I like Triforce on Shyvana. That sounds like a really fun item to get.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's just beast at the moment. 200 CS. That's 40 above Radier, and that's quite a lot. I guess he's had a lot of free time to sit in that top lane as CS. Oh no, Skiller now getting Chum the Waters as well. As the Vault Break over the top, Crescendo will land. Teleport coming in from Nasus. They really want to kill this Zona. He's still alive at the moment, and Chili gets slowed down from the Caliber now at the back of Spooks. does try and tie everybody up, and eventually they get the kill on the Sona, but at what cost? Gogo Bedoink, Vault Breaker over the wall, so low at the moment, and Swiper's there to answer the call as Fluffy Cow throws out the barrier on top of that one, and Oriana actually taken down. Corky will fall to Aatrox as Chili now being chased away, so that is not bad at all, as we see Rosie just pushing that bottom lane.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's great.
Look at all the damage that's coming out from Rosie right now. There's a passive being popped out on Spooks. And Rosie is just completely destroying this game bit by bit.
Yep, that's right. And Spooks, he's going to drop there. It's a nice little shutdown there for Denuncio. But, oh, look at this. Rosie now. Wow.
Wow. Completely legendary.
It's insane.
He doesn't want to die though. Turns it around onto Fluffy Cow, double kill. He get the triple. Shyvana is disgusting. Denuncio now goes away. Triple kill, flashes away from the turret damage. Bedoink wants to get the fight, but it's not going to be enough. There's the surrender. GG, well played. Let's go to game 2. Go.
Oh, yeah. I think after that one, Myth, they just want to be putting it behind. They're just going to be wanting to put that one behind them. I think it's safe to say it was a very one-sided game. Team Immunity looking like they always do, to be fair, extremely strong, but with a few different, different picks here. That Shyvana in the top lane, of course, played by, these players like Rosie who don't normally play that role in the competitive settings. So it's great to see that, players like Rosie are so adaptable to another top tier CGP team like Myth. But for now, guys, we'll be going to a short break and we'll be right back for game 2 in this best of 3 series. Stay tuned.
guys, welcome back to this best of 3 between Team Immunity taking on Myth eSports. This is Team Down TV's coverage of the CyberGamer Pro League, and my name is Menace, and joined once again by GoGo Gadget.
Yeah, great to be here, of course, Menace, and just run through the official sponsors that the CGPL is brought to you guys by. They are AMD, the official graphics and processor sponsor, BenQ, the official monitor sponsor, Western Digital, official storage, G-Skill, official memory, and Sound Blaster, the audio sponsor, and of course, mwave.com.au for being good guys all round. But for now, we are into this second game in this best of 3 CGPL Myth versus IM. First game, of course, if you're just joining us, was a little bit of a stomp. I think it's safe to say, and it was Rosie's Shyvana that really went huge that game with the Blade of the Rune King and Trinity Force. So we'll have to wait and see whether it's banned out. It's not banned out, in fact. I Myth, they're banned on Bane, Thresh, and Aatrox. So feeling like Spooks' Aatrox was a little bit more of a threat that last game, Menace.
He did make a lot happen. I mean, top lane was lost, completely lost with Shyvana versus that Nasus. And yeah, so they're not banning it out again. It's available. I think Immunity are going to pick it right now. They've locked in the Corki, and Zed this time may come out for Swiper mid lane. So last game didn't even get a look at, to be honest. No one even hovered over the Zed. Now we'll have to see what Immunity will take to that top. Maybe they just want to leave Shyvana. Maybe they want to, I don't know, try and counter it. What GoGo? They just locked in Kassadin and Zed.
Oh, Kassadin and Zed. I'm pretty excited about this. Probably be a Kassadin mid lane pick, Zed up in the top lane for Team Immunity there. Although, actually, in saying that, no, I'm thinking of someone else. Never mind. I was about to say could be Zed Jungle, but no, I'm thinking of is it First Mate? Gets First Mate that plays lots of Zed Jungle around the challenger level of Oceanic solo queue. Or at least he did a while back. So Myth eSports at the moment, thinking about their next couple of picks, really valuing that Corki first, even though, to be completely honest, didn't really work out for them last game. And, Caitlin's still open. I'm really confused. Myth eSports, they probably shouldn't actually be banning out that Vayne, because they're picking Corki every game, first pick pretty much, and Corki really does do well in lane against Vayne, Radier or not. The fact is Corki does out-trade Vayne, and especially with a Zyra support thrown in the mix there. But in the meantime, very interesting, they've actually locked in a Shaco over on the mid side.
Yeah, Shaco would be interesting in the jungle. Something different coming out from Myth eSports as well. Coming out for Immunity, they want to go some kind of unconventional support by the looks of it. Having Annie in there, Fiddlesticks. Now going back to Sona, I want to see some Annie action coming out for this bottom lane. Definitely don't want to see Soraka because that's boring as. But Skilla now just waiting to pick up their support. And yeah, like you said, Zed top lane. I'm keen as a bean to see what's going on here. Although, well, yeah, it'll be Zed top lane. I can't see it being any other way around. And Skilla has locked in Sona once again. Didn't do too badly. A couple of really nice crescendos in that previous matchup. Now it's up to Myth to get their mid laner. Fizz is open once more for Chili. Will he go for it again? Orianna is there too. So I think he might even opt out for Orianna this game, GoGo, seeing the matchup that he'll be coming into.
Yeah, that's right. Orianna does do quite well against most melee mids for the reasons that we pointed out last game. That clockwork wind-up passive really adding a little bit of extra kind of oomph to her auto attacks. And here we can see Chili just playing with a donga. That's not going to be locked in there, although I would be pretty excited if it was. Although,
oh, you make
that's great. I'm just reading chat as well.
Oh god. Too many lols, and Chili hovering over
playing with his donga. But he's not going to lock in Lucian.
No, I didn't think he would. Lucian was very, very short in that damage-wise. He picked up Fizz again. We'll take it to that mid lane against what I assume will be Kassadin. And Rosie now waiting to see what he will get. Maybe it will be a jungle for Zed. I don't know. I hope I see Teemo. That'd be nice.
Yes, it could be a jungle Zed, but the likelihood is it is going to be. Actually, just taking a look at the matchup. Yeah, Zed into Renekton. Zed's going to struggle a little bit in that lane if it is a standard 1v1 lane against him. Renekton, of course, pretty strong. Whenever Renekton has those cooldowns up, he's going to be looking to trade, and he's probably going to be coming out on top trades against Zed. So we'll have to wait and see, though. I am thinking about that last pick. Oh, it's going to be the Shyvana again. So I'd say, yeah, Zed jungle, Shyvana up and top again, played by Rosie. He was obviously having so much fun last game on that Shyvana that you just can't give it up. So it'd be great to see again.
I don't know if you noticed that, but Radier's going top, Swiper's going jungle, Skiller's going ADC, Spooks is going to be on the Sona, and it's Rosie top lane. Sorry, did I say Cassidy top? I meant Cassidy mid. So Radier mid, I'm keen to see what's happening.
Yeah, Radier, I've seen Radier play a few different champions in a few games now and then, and one thing's for sure, he's not just a one-trick pony. He can't, he doesn't just play AD at this top level. He really is a top level player all round. So I'm sure Radier will be doing pretty fine on that Cassidy there. But it's good to see Iron kind of shaking it up a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see. They do send, so Rosie is going to be top. Just taking a look at his summoner spells now. It is going to be a Swiper jungle. Radier taking the teleport on that Cassidy in this game. So opting for a bit of global pressure, kind of Expeke style. But it looks like they've got a pretty scary team comp, to be honest. Myth, what they've got going for them, that Renekton into Zed. Sorry, it's not even a Renekton into Zed matchup, of course.
No, unfortunately.
So they really need those early Shaco ganks to work on something like a pre-6 Cassidy. That's what they need to make work.
AD carry Cassidy, calling it now. I want to see that.
That'd be great.
All right, like you said, Shaco needs to really make moves. Needs to make some waves early game, especially against Cassidy and Zed, who are very hard snowballing, crazy guys. It's just all these guys are really tanky, and I can't wait to see how it's going to pan out. Actually, go. I mean, it's eSports having a fairly solid lineup. Obviously, bottom lane Corki and Zyra, both super strong, super pokey champions. They're going to be taking on Spooks now on Caitlyn, but it didn't work out so well with them this time. In game one, Caitlyn's extra range and being able to just heal up from Sona really made the difference against Fluffy Cow and Morzium on Zyra and Corki. So it didn't really work out, which kind of sucks. And Ezreal again didn't even get a sniff in this game. I guess no one really wants to play him. Just Corki is a lot better with that Triforce. Do you think, Gogo?
I mean, like we saw last game, I am very confident in their Caitlyn Sona into the Corki matchup, and I'm really confused as to why Myth picked the exact same thing against the exact same lane that they lost to in the last game. I mean, technically they didn't really know that Radier was going to be switching until the last minute, so they've just picked the exact same thing and haven't changed anything. We'll have to see whether they decide to, I don't know, maybe 2v1 it or something like that to get Fluffy Cow some farm, but they haven't even switched to the Ignite over, which I think, I don't know, could come back to bite them.
Yeah, pretty much same thing, and hopefully they don't get the same problems. I might just rely a lot on Shaco, who has Ignite, doesn't go with the Bash. So very aggressive from Bedoink. Donuzio and Shyvana top lane though. How do you think that's going to go with the Renekton versus Shyvana top lane?
No, like we saw last game, I think Shyvana struggles a little bit in those early levels, but really once she's got a few points into that burnout, which Rosie maxed last game, she can just push the lane so easily. And, Renekton, he's going to be fine up there, but I don't think the lane is going to go, in any specific way, without junglers coming into the equation there.
Yeah, obviously without the junglers, it's going to be an interesting matchup, but hopefully Shaco, like I said, can sort of snowball this lane between hopefully having a lot of experience on Shaco. I haven't seen him play it before. Will they invade as well? I don't know. There's not really much CC on immunity side. There's a bit from Morzium in there as well. I mean, Renekton has a stun, but it's barely a stun, so I wouldn't call it anything at level 1. I mean, you've got Grasping Roots on Zyro. You might see an invade. I don't know, Shaco's got the escape, so he might be able to invade their red or blue or something along those lines. Zed will definitely be starting red, though, and then moving around the map like that. Or, actually, you know what? He might even start blue. I'm not sure, Gogo. What do you think? He'll start red or blue?
Swiper, probably, yeah, I would say he'd probably be starting red this game, taking a look at things. I mean, who knows, he could even go for something crazy like a level 2 red gank up onto the top lane there of Denuncio, maybe before Denuncio levels up his E, but then again, Swiper likes to play it kind of pretty standard, so might just take a standard jungle route this game as well. In the meantime, let's take a look down, not down the bottom lane because that's the exact same matchup as last game, but taking a look at the summoner spells as well. So yeah, it's going to be pretty even this game, but I'm very interested to see how Radiant is going to do in this mid lane. We expect in the mid lane on that Kassadin against Chile. One of the good things about the Kassadin versus Fizz matchup is that Radiant is not going to be taking lots of harass from any ranged auto attacks, anything like that, and should be able to keep up in CS pretty well.
That's providing he can trade well. I mean, he's picked up a Doran Shield start, so
yeah, he should be alright.
He'll be alright, I think, with that Doran Shield start. If I can spit the words out, I think he'll be able to trade quite well with Chili Philly and just sort of farm his way up into becoming that beast that can be. Having teleport though is also super interesting. I mean, he's obviously going to be down a lot of damage from Chili with having Ignite, and it looks like Shaco will be starting that blue buff and immediately grouping up towards his middle lane. Spooks throws over a Piltover Peacemaker, landing on a fluffy cow. A good little trade between the two, and here's an invade from Immunity maybe. They're right on top of a ward. You can see pings coming out from all of Myth Esports, and Immunity really don't want to... Myth Esports really don't want to try and contest it. Immunity just waiting for someone maybe to come through towards that red buff, and it looks like they will back out of there. No really offensive wards deep into Immunity's jungle from Myth Esports, so Gogo.
No, that's right. I mean, Myth Esports playing it pretty close. They don't want to invade, of course. With Bedoink playing that Shaco, he's going to be, like he's doing now, getting those boxes down. Not going to be wanting those to get interrupted. So Myth just playing it defensively. Interesting actually, I should say, that Bedoink's chosen to start blue on Shaco rather than the red start to get something like a level 2 gank in. But I suppose having all of those wards there that Immunity put around Myth's red buff, he would probably be spotted, and the level 2 red gank could be predicted. So,
well, bottom lane, Spooks being locked up from the Grasping Roots, as well as a nice Phosphorus Bomb, will trade quite well with that one, and just waiting for Skilla to hit level 2 before she can actually return some of that healing and get that extra health regen for Spooks to get back to full health. And yeah, as you see now, Zed actually used his Ignite on that red buff to start off, and then moving towards his wolves, actually raise them wolves to move on to then going into the blue. Maybe he'll even hand it over to Casa. That's a lot of experience, so I highly doubt it. As you see Rosie now trying to trade with Denuncio on his top lane, and Denuncio having to back our way with that burnout.
Yeah, so Denuncio already just Rosie already looking pretty good on that Shyvana, pushing up the lane, so he's gonna have to be a little bit careful. But Doink, of course, could look for a gank up in that top lane anytime soon. In fact, that looks like he's going for that right now. Denuncio does have Ignite available. We may be seeing a kill here.
Could be very close to a kill. Rosie doesn't have any vision around. The Doink coming in, does flash towards it with it, and Rosie now flashing away, getting stunned up on top of their slowed from Bedoink. Bedoink has the red and blue buff Ignite on top of Rosie now. Rosie now pops the health bot under turret. Will it be enough? I think Rosie may justify first blood for Shaco.
Yes! Oh, that was a red buff tick, I think, from Bedoink getting that one. Great gank. Also blew Rosie's flash, so the next time he comes around, Rosie's not going to have that available for him, and I don't think that's a very happy dragon up in the top lane.
It would be, and Zed now moving towards top lane, going to just head up and get some CS. That was a very close game. Denuncio still chilling around, as well as Bedoink uses the deceive, comes in. Swiper though, using that godlike senses to just back away and deter the gang, which is good.
Yes, Swiper there on that jungle Zed. And having a pretty fun time in the jungle there, just clearing it out relatively quick. 18 CS now, and Bedoink, of course, helping out with the gank. Missing out on a few jungle creeps, but he's not going to be too worried about that. Looks like... No, he's not looking for a gank in the mid lane just yet, but Radier's doing fine in there. 26 CS to 18 at the moment, so nice little advantage against Chile. And, you know, I've got to say, if this game goes later on, Cassidy in most ways just really outdoes Fizz. Fizz is really a pick that works really well in lane, where he can get some kills happening early on. That's why he's taken the ignite, but so far not looking like that's going to work out.
No, we do see a gank maybe down for this middle lane. Swiper throws over Chili Philly, troll poles away, and in comes Bedoink using that to deceive. Swiper though doesn't know what's happening. Blue buff there on Swiper. Sorry, red buff actually not being on Bedoink, so we'll be able to get away pretty safely from that one.
That's right, and yeah, of course that first blood there was from Bedoink's ignite. A little bit strange, of course, to see ignite on a jungle normally, but you know, Shaco very strong candidate for it, and to really help out with those kills and secure them like we saw in that first blood. So looks like he's going to be going back, picking up those MOBA boots, really looking to make those ganks happen. And
look, just the Fizz cannot trade with Cassidy at all. I mean, they both just went all in, used all their spells, and Radier come out on top. Really far ahead actually. Look at Chili Philly, so low at the moment. Gonna have to play fairly safe. Radier also having low mana, so
down in the bottom lane though.
All the action bottom lane. There's a flash as well. Quick flashes away. The Doink coming in. That Shaco, will he get the slow spooks, being able to back out? Skiller just going to chill out and heal up there.
He's going to be pretty fine there, but Bedoink hasn't let up yet. He's going back in.
There's the deceive, just walks in, tries to get that backstab crit.
Bedoink, they're having a little bit of fun, obviously, but in this middle lane, of course, we see a little bit more of a trade there going on to Philly, and if Radier, very close, but, you know, part of the reason Radier is winning those trades is because of that Void Zone passive, of course, 15% less damage from any magic source, and Fizz being, you know, predominantly magic damage, of course. Going to be helping out Radier in that lane, and of course the silence from Null Sphere, you know, is certainly not something that Fizz likes to contend with. Very reliant on getting those combos happening with the troll pole, etc. So Silent Swiper just helping Radier shove up that mid lane. He's going to be going back, getting a first buy.
Yeah, and again, Denuncio try and trade with Rosie. Burnout being very strong, slice and dice away. There you'll be able to heal up there as well. Rosie using the health pot just to stick around in this lane. There's Burnout once again. He wants to fight this. He's got a few items under his belt, and there's the ignite onto Denuncio. There's the ulti from Rosie as well. Who's going to go first? Both of these guys falling so low. It is a very even trade. I don't think they're going to continue the fight. Rosie wants to go. He does have a little bit more health though than Denuncio. He's gone back in. Will it be enough? Denuncio taking a bit of turret minion damage, but Rosie walks straight into a Fizz and completely dead.
a little bit too ham there on the kills, and didn't have any wards that spotted the rotation of those two Myth members coming up from the middle lane area. Yeah, middle river, but it'll be pretty good news for Myth eSports. I mean, they're 2-0. They're up in gold so far this 8-minute stage of the game, and Radier's in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, Bedoink deceives in there. There's Chum the Waters. Radier taking a lot of damage. A flash from Radier as well. Chili Philly almost landing the troll pole, and Radier will return back in the lane as Bedoink is now actually making moves with this Shaco. It is good to see them get up pretty early on.
Yeah, that's right. And if Bedoink can continue to snowball this lead, which he's got, and really make some more kills happen with it, then later on a Shaco can be really devastating, especially for any members of IM that we see they might be looking to split push, something like that. Shaco can really transition into that role pretty well.
Chili Philly's taking a few turret hits there, trying to harass or do a bit of a trading there with Radier as well. And how's this Zed going? I mean, he's got his Bilgewater Cutlass, does have 45 CS as opposed to Shaka only having 16, which is actually very low. Rosie now taking a lot of turret damage. Obviously, the burnout there being used to damage Denuncio. And again, Rosie still hasn't got any wards up in this top lane, Go-Go. It could be quite dangerous.
Yeah, it could potentially be, but while we've got a bit of a lull in the action, let's take a look at some of the items. So Radiant on this cast and going for that early Rod of Ages, as opposed to getting the getting that tier early and stacked up. So it's going to be working for him pretty well. A bit, a little bit of extra tankiness in the lane makes him a little bit harder to kill, and that's really working for him, especially against that aggression of Bedoink and Chili that we're seeing. In the meantime, looks like Swipe's actually rotating up to the top lane.
Yeah, Rosie pops out the ultimate as well. Swiper's coming in now. Will he throw the death mark? He does throw it down onto Denuncio. Denuncio does slice and dice at the right time and will escape with his life. Quite easily, actually.
Yeah, pretty candidly, but down the bottom lane.
There is a teleport. Morzium falling so low. There's the ultimate as well. Radiant wants to stop this dragon attempt. He's coming in 3v1 though. This could be big trouble. Bedoink coming down. And there's Ace in the hole coming out. They do get the dragon. Will it be enough for Bedoink? Falls to Castor. Now Fluffy Cow in trouble. Will be able to Valkyrie across the wall. Radiant doesn't actually follow him there. It's unfortunate.
I think Radiant had potentially... Oh no, he's going for Chili. Oh,
no! Oh, that would have been a definite kill. That's so close.
I think Radiant may have queued up the Rift Walk and then got feared by one of the Shaco boxes and just missed it after that. But no, they did lose the dragon. They're up in gold. They're probably going to be taking this middle tower here now as well. I mean, there's no one from Myth around to defend it, so it's good news for them. And if we take a look how this bottom lane is doing for Myth Esports as well, we can see that it's pretty much the same story as last game.
It is, and now Bedoink coming in as well. Chum the waters onto Swiper. Does take a fair amount of damage. Ignite completely destroys him. Bedoink picks up the kill. Radiant now taking turret damage on top. One more Q is going to do it. And no, it will not be enough. So Radiant falls.
Yeah, Radiant, not too sure what he was thinking there, but uncharacteristically sort of, uncalculated, I suppose, play there. Not, not really knowing the damage of his champion, I suppose. So yeah, wasn't able to pick up the kill onto Chili. In the meantime, though, Myth pushing out this bottom lane and the top lane. Denuncio actually trading with Rosie there. He's just going to be burnouting away.
So Rosie very low, throws out the ultimate, will crawl back to his tower, and yeah, Myth are now ahead in gold.
Yeah, second time tonight that they've kind of edged ahead by a few hundred gold in the game here. It certainly isn't too often that we see this happen, especially at the 12-minute stage against Team Immunity. Given Team Immunity not playing with their full roster, and they've got a few kind of lane swaps, position or role. That's the word I'm looking for, man. There's role swaps going on, but yeah, there you go.
And now Spooks built over Peacemaker onto Fluffy Cow to dish out a bit of damage. Shaco doing his golems. He's actually very low and will fall even lower from those golems. So no jungle pressure at the moment from either of those guys. But let's have a look at CS. I mean, Fizz is doing not bad, having 2-0 and 0, but he is down in CS just a bit. And Spooks being up 18 CS on Caitlyn is always good news. We'll have to see if they can pull it out late game. Cassidy now roaming towards his bottom lane. There are no wards around spotting the roam from this mid lane, as Rosie now getting attacked from Denuncio. He wants to do a bit of dirty farming. There is a ward bot lane. We'll spot out the Cassidy though, and I don't think that Myth want to fight this one at all.
And we're seeing some aggression down in the bottom lane.
Oh, Ace in the hole will pick it up though. That is just huge. Brady actually landed the force pulse, I'm pretty sure, onto Zyra as well, just to get that bit of extra damage. Now Radiant wants to fight under that turret, flashes away before he can take any of that harassment, and now Corky and Shaco just left to defend this one.
Yeah, so looks like Shaco's actually going to be backing out there, picking himself up a Vamp Septum Dread, so looks like maybe building towards a Wriggles potentially. To wait and see whether he actually completes that one. In the meantime, looking for another gank down in this bottom lane. So Skylar and Spooks, they're looking pretty healthy there, but Fluffy Cow and Bedoing, they're going in.
Yeah, Deceive being used on Bedoing. Bedoing gets the backstab on the Skiller. Skiller now at the front of the fight will be able to walk away from that. Bit of a heal there, but up in the enemy's jungle, Rosie now trying to face off against Chili. Chili dodges the ulti from Rosie, does get slowed. I don't think he'll continue to fight. And Chili looking for a kill. Renekton maybe trying to get the pinch onto him, but he's just going to start taking some jungle.
Yeah, he's so like Gilly just backing out there. We haven't actually seen too many wards this game from either team come to come to look at it at the moment. So a little bit strange for him. Normally they're the ones really getting those wards out. I suppose to be fair, it is Rosie normally on that support as well. But I am going to take that bottom tower. It's going to put them in the lead. Well, extend their lead, I should say, to about 1.5k at the moment. And Chili here in the middle lane. It's taking a little bit of a few hits there from Radier.
It looks like they're going to continue this bottom lane pressure. Shaco still up there doing some wraiths, and no, Swiper will back straight on top of a ward. And they'll probably cancel that one. Gets locked up as well, being able to shadow dash away. The Valkyrie over the top forces the flash out from Radier. Here comes the teleport though from a nice ultimate. Radier getting stopped. Ace in the hole over the top, lands onto Morzium. Morzium lands a nice grasping roots though. Gotta watch out for Philly over the top. Does throw Chum the Waters onto Skiller, will completely destroy him. And now Radier and as well as Swiper throws a death mark onto Corki, and Corki could pick himself up another kill here as Radier gets ignited. Valkyrie comes across. Radier will not die. Spooks wants to go back aggressive, but he's going 3v1. Bedoink does deceive. 1Q from Radier will be enough. He flashes away. Caitlyn picks up the kill, although Radier is falling very low at the moment. Bedoink, one deceive will do it. No, he doesn't. Flashes away from there. Spooks throwing out the barrier, doesn't have it, flashes away as well. Shut down onto him and under turret now. Radier gets ignited from Bedoink. That's a double kill for him. Really nice work.
Yeah, that was, and wow, Myth coming out on top of that one. That was a 1-for-2 trade there. But Doink on the Shaco, really using those Shaco mechanics, ulting under the tower to reset the tower's aggro, getting that ignite down, recognizing that's all he needed to kill Radier, and boom, there you have it. So Radier's not going to be too happy about that. He has picked up a tier and finished off that Rod of Ages. Slightly late tier, to be fair. 16 minutes in, Radier doesn't have any stacks on it, so that's definitely going to take its time to come into full effectiveness. And of course later on when he turns it into the Archangel's staff, it looks like Chili and Rosie just meeting up in the jungle there.
Yeah, Rosie just really going deep trying to get the farm. And I think Swiper's message in chat says that entire last team fight sums it up in one word: haha. I think they're just having fun right now. So, it was a pretty funny team fight, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Valkyrie from Fluffy Cow now onto Spooks. Spooks coming down then. Look at the rest of Immunity though, going to collapse. This is really going to bring both Morzium and Fluffy Cow into a lot of trouble at the moment. You can see Radier moving towards it. Ace in the hole out onto Morzium. Fluffy Cow stands on a Yordle Snaptrap. That's not very good. There's vision onto him. There's an ulti from Zyra as well. Rosie's here, gets exhausted, and this might be a kill, maybe not. Bedoink comes in. There's a Chum the Water, doesn't land. Shyvana picks up double kill as well, and now Rosie's in big trouble. Lands up a triple kill onto Bedoink.
Wow.
And eventually taken down from Fizz, but now a shutdown will give him a bit of extra gold as Chili comes back in, flashes over the top of Calibernet from Spooks, will survive, make him survive. So that was a good play there. And now up in the top lane is Swiper left to defend that one as these guys in this bottom lane push on.
That was a fantastic play by Spooks, I've got to say. If that Vault had hit him, the Trickster had hit him, then he probably would have dropped there. But looks like Spooks really proving that he does have mechanics that are maybe not quite at Radier's level for that Caitlyn, but at least similar, which is always good to see. So looks like, yeah, in that top lane Swiper, he's pretty confident holding that one off. And if we take a look at the moment at the scoreboard, 9 for 9, 3k gold lead to Team Immunity, and once again, this is the sort of team comp that Myth eSports really did want to be ahead. I want to say at this stage of the game, we haven't seen any real 5-on-5 team fights yet. It's kind of mainly been laning with a few skirmishes here or there. Looks like Myth though going for this dragon.
And Immunity will be able to answer it maybe, and Shaco uses that ignite. Radiant gets locked up from the grasping roots, flashes away, being able to... Oh wow, Morsium taking a lot of damage. A nice crescendo though lands on both Chili as well as the Zyra, and there's Chum the Waters. Corky takes down Zyra. Spooks now being completely locked up, but down comes Rosie, coming in, doing heaps of damage to Fluffy Cow as Radiant picks up a kill onto Fizz. Corky gets taken down, but Doink deceives over the wall, and Fizz picks up the kill, and now Rosie trying his best to chase down Bedoink. The ward will spot him out. Use the ulti to get across. Will he be able to land a slow? The fear will not come out actually from the box as Bedoink deceives across into the safety of the brush, and Rosie will now just push his way down this bottom lane.
Yeah, so I mean, some of these exchanges are coming up pretty even for Myth Esports. Now it's 12-12, so I think it was about 3 kills apiece there. Myth have got to be pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy with how they're doing so far in this game against Team Immunity. You know, 20 minutes in, not many teams, you know, in Australia can say, oh yeah, we've been kind of almost even at 20 minutes against Team Immunity. Not much of a claim, I know, but definitely something that Myth have got to be happy about.
Well, Frenetic Array can actually say that. They beat Team Immunity in the ArenaNet tournament earlier this year and brought Immunity down to the loser bracket. But forget about that for now, as Rosie now tries to invade and will just completely get destroyed from Corky.
Wow. There we go. Rosie not too tanky there with that Blade of the Ruin King build, and Ignite really sealing his fate there from Bedoink, meaning he couldn't lifesteal even if he tried. So now Myth Esports potentially might look to get down this. No, they haven't actually taken any towers yet, and that's not really good news for them as we're seeing the dive.
Well, Radiant forced to flash away. Denuncio comes in, throws down that Dominus to the turret. Radiant is so low, wants to go back in. Ace in the hole lands onto Denuncio. There's not enough with that extra health from the ulti. And now Skiller and Spooks left to defend this one. I don't think it's going to happen as Swiper in the top lane just left to push his own devices. Teleport coming in doesn't go off. I think that was, yeah, it was Radiant using the teleport, trying to come in and make something of that one, but will not be able to.
No, that's right there, Radiant. He's playing pretty decent Cass in this game, but it really hasn't had as much of an impact, especially with that teleport as he may have liked. So for now, we are going to be seeing that Blade of the Ruin King completed on Swiper Z. And now Swiper Z, this really hasn't worked for him. He's 0-2-0. He has farmed up a lot in the jungle. So, oh no, in the mid lane.
Chum the Waters onto Spooks, throws out the barrier to negate the damage. A beautiful crescendo though, sorry about my phone. And Chili Philly troll poles away. Will eventually die though to Radiant.
Wow. There we go. 2 for 0. That was looking so good for Myth.
It was, and Spooks really didn't take that much damage in the end. Obviously, Skiller has healed him up a bit. That barrier really perfectly timed, and now Immunity wanting to push their advantage. They will be able to get this second tier turret for sure. As Rosie's coming around the back, trying to get the pinch onto these guys. I don't think he will. Rift Walk from Radiant in, just trying to harass as best as possible. And Immunity knocking on the front door of this mid lane now in Myth Esports. And I don't think they will want to fight this one. It won't be long before, well, it is. Everybody's up from Myth Esports, so they will back out.
Yeah, so Immunity backing out of that one means that Swiper may try and push down this top turret for a little bit, not too long. And you know, Myth, they don't have many wards on the map, so if Immunity were to try and maybe start a Baron right here, then Myth, they wouldn't have eyes on it. A little bit scary, but Radiant just with fire there in the middle lane.
Yeah, you can Rift Walk away pretty easily. Unless he gets locked up from a nice grasping roots, I don't think much is going to happen with Radiant. He's pretty much free to do what he wants at the moment. And that is the danger of having a Kassadin on the enemy team. He's so hard to lock down, so hard to really get a kill on. No, Radiant's died 3 times this game. And he just does copious amounts of damage. Yeah,
no, that's right. He's just completed the Archangels as well there. So his AP just jumped up to 221. Not a major amount by 23 minutes, but still, he's got lots of that, lots of health, lots of mana as well, which is all very, very handy on a Kassadin. And he's picked up those home guard boots as well. So he's not in base very long at all. In the meantime, got Team Immunity potentially looking to rotate down into that bottom lane. Not too sure what they're doing at the moment. Swiper maybe starting to split push up top. Maybe create some pressure there.
Yeah, I think maybe they were using getting their Baron time, sorry, not Baron time, Dragon time a little bit mixed up. Maybe they thought the Dragon would have been up. They're a minute out. Another 43 seconds, won't be long. Radiant Rift Walk straight into it. Denuncio lands a stun as well. Skiller now coming around the side, throwing a bit of a heal out. And you can see up in this top lane, Bedoink actually being chased out and around by Swiper. Swiper now chilling out by this blue buff. I don't think that much is going to come out of this one.
No, probably not. But Rosie as well. Actually, down the bottom lane eats a shark. Almost eats a shark.
Almost. There is actually 4 members of Myth trying to defend this bottom lane. So only a potential here for some split push action coming from Immunity as the playful trickster comes out from Chile. Fluffy Cow now trying his best to defend against these two. And you can see Immunity just all over the map at the moment, trying to keep the pressure up onto Myth eSports. And now that will group up transition towards bot lane. I don't think so. They're still split pushing here, Coco.
Yeah, that's right. So it looks like we got Fluffy Cat. I see in the chat there, Rapid saying that dragons don't eat sharks. This is true, but in the meantime, Fluffy Cow's getting caught.
Yeah, completely caught out. Riftwalk over the wall from Radiant. Pick up a kill from Rosie. Radiant Riftwalks back in. It could be a big mistake. Ignite as well onto him. He will go down so quickly. A lot of damage from Myth eSports there. And now Immunity on the back foot. Do not want to fight this one without their precious Radiant alive on that Cassidy. Will steal away some buffs. A bit of enemy jungle quite easily.
And it's interesting now how even though the gold... You know, the goal is pretty close. Of course, the players can't see this.
Will it land? Morsian catches it.
Yeah, and the kills are 15 to 14. You know, Myth have got to be thinking it's not a very... It's a pretty close game for them. I mean, we can see that. Although Swiper actually might be getting caught here.
Death Mark onto Bedoink. Damage being transferred over both these guys. And the... Oh, that was really nice play from Swiper. The extra damage from the Death Mark as well as the Shadow Slash took down that Bedoink.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, Myth are playing this one very defensively for, you know, where they are in this game at the moment. Obviously, they can't see the gold, but you know, they've got to know they can see the CS, they can see the kills. You know, they're not too far off the pace, but they're still really keeping it defensive, making sure that they aren't the ones making the mistakes.
Teleport bot lane from Radiant as it comes in onto Denuncio. Denuncio is so low at the moment. Riftwalk onto him, and now Corky wants to get a kill onto Radiant. Radiant's falling so low, doesn't quite land. The one last bomb will do it. Rosie picks up the kill though onto Corky.
Wow, that burst from from Rosie, that is absolutely insane.
Oh, up in the top lane, there's ultimate from Zyra. Morsium is so low. All it's going to take is a little bit of damage from Sona. Spooks picks up that kill. Passive from Zyra is not going to be able to do too much. And they will maybe take this second tier. And ace in the hole will pick up a double kill from Spooks.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure whether Chile was waiting to save the playful trickster for a bit of an MLG move there, whether he just waited too late for it. There was on cooldown, so who knows. But looks like they're going to take this top lane outer tower. The last outer tower to go down on the Myth side. So they're going to be pretty happy about that one. And, you know, Myth's team comp, that very sort of dueling focus. They've got Bedoink, you know, they've got Chile who can you know, 1v1 pretty easily, try and make those picks happen, make those assassinations work. You know, Fluffy Cow on that Cork has a lot of front end damage. But really using that to their advantage so far, and that's why they've been staying in the game. Interestingly enough, Fluffy Cow's picked up those Sork shoes, so going for something which sort of the standard at the moment in the sort of global scene on Corky, but in my opinion, it's situational. I mean, Freak even tweeted earlier today that he's been gathering some Corky stats, and even with the Sork shoes, Corky still is 56% physical damage, so what they do offer is that little extra bit of burst.
A very interesting pickup, and yeah, you said you just 50%, over 50% of that physical damage. So, oh, Bedoink now coming in to deceive over the top as well. Spooks gets chumped the waters. Flash is actually a really nice flash, but he still will eventually get shut down. And now Immunity are one man down in this fight. Radiant Rift walks over the top, still doing stupid amounts of damage. But look in this bottom lane now, go. Rosie's just chilling out, farming.
Yep, pretty much Rosie's. Oh, he's been farming a lot this game. 268 CS as well. So he's looking pretty mean.
Yeah, he's just making up for all the time he's playing support. He needs to get ahead on that CS. And exposed inhibitor for this bottom lane. There's actually was a huge wave top lane being destroyed. A little bit of damage onto that top lane turret. And look how tanky Rosie still is, though, having that Spirit of the Ancient Golem as well. So now everybody just chilling out in this bottom lane, waiting for Spooks to come back. As Swiper takes a bit of damage from Bedoink. And it's just going to be a matter of who's going to get the first pick. You see Chili coming in very fast. Use that Playful Trickster to come out on top of Swiper. Swiper throws out the Death Mark. A really nice Sonya's Hourglass, though, from Chili. Shyvana picks up a kill onto Zyro and onto Zed. This is going to be a triple kill. Rosie is completely beast mode at the moment, while the rest of his team try and contend with Chili and Denuncio on Renekton. Maybe they're going to pin down Rosie and get a shutdown. Rosie will get stunned, completely shut down, but the rest of Immunity are there as well. Ace in the hole comes out, being caught by Denuncio. Really nice. Cassidy picks up the kill onto Fizz as well. Double kill for him. Really nice play from Denuncio, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to get themselves a bottom inhibitor. Yeah,
that's right. And they wanted to potentially even a few of those Nexus towers. So I am coming out on top on all of these kind of recent team fights, and that's just because they've got so many strong members on their team, and a front line that's hard to bring down with that double. Oh no!
Wow, but Doink was so close to getting a backstab. Crescendo will destroy him. That was really well played from Skiller and Spooks.
Yeah, wow. But Immunity, they're definitely looking very strong. Shaky start this game. Giving up those 2 kills, it was 2-0, 1 point in favor of Myth, but now after that, Immunity kind of gather themselves and really shown everyone that even with this sort of crazy lineup of role swaps on everyone, and even having Skylar subbing in, they are still, still at their peak in the Australian scene. So, like for now, Myth actually might be looking to contest this blue, but Chili and Morseum don't decide to go in. It's already down.
Yeah, Radiant picking that blue buff up, so a little bit of extra mana regen and cooldown reduction for him. Spam out them Rift Walks. There's lots of pings up in this top lane at the moment, and just more and more pressure mounting on top of Myth eSports. There's really not much they can do. They're really pushed back into their corner, and it's going to take a lot for them to be able to come back here, Go.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a mountain to climb at the moment, so who knows? Will they be able to climb it? We're going to find out. 32 minutes in, we've got 18 to 26 on the scoreboard. Kills in favor of Immunity and Myth eSports. I like the way they're playing this, man. So they're playing this very defensively. They know that what their comp is good at is kind of singling out one person, one champion from IM, and dumping all that front end damage onto them.
Well, Rosie flashes onto Fluffy Cow. We'll get Chum the Waters under the turret. Fluffy Cow does pick up the kill, and Rosie was just under both those turrets, trying to tank as much as possible. Looks like Immunity. Wow, Crescendo actually landing onto Denuncio max range. Spooks now will get killed. Radiant picks up a kill onto Zyra, and will be able to Rift Walk away momentarily as we see Swiper in this top lane as Zed. Bedoink coming down, trying to do as much damage. Deathmark onto Bedoink, throws out his ultimate as well, and Swiper picks up the kill, but Corky takes down Zed. A return kill, and now only Radiant and Skiller left. No Crescendo on the Sona. Radiant does have obviously Rift Walk up. Will he turn around and continue fighting? I mean, it's a 3v2. Not a very good place to be in at the moment, but Immunity still feeling confident.
You mean they've got those super minions pushing down into the bottom lane, so they've got that little bit of pressure on the map. Bot lane's being pushed in towards that inhibitor turret of Myth, but it's good to see Fluffy Cow's actually picked up that Infinity Edge now. So if he gets an IE crit on that Triforce proc, then that's a lot of damage coming out of that cookie. But of course, in any extended engagement, No way. He's just going to be flat out DPS'd by Spooks.
He will be, and I mean, immunity is probably going to take away Dragon. Really not worth much in the scheme of things, but still an objective nonetheless. Taking it down. Will they move, take a Baron, or will they just continue to push? They could probably end it if they all grouped up at the moment, Gogo, but I think they're just having fun.
Yeah, that's right. As Team Immunity definitely having some fun right here, and looks like may even look to do a Baron. Get Rosie even bigger right there. Rosie's actually got those alacrity boots of swiftness, so he's a very, very fast Dragon right there. I can see with the burnout on, he starts off with something like 580 move speed, so that's pretty intense. Although Myth, they're going to be contesting this Baron.
Oh wow, but Doink just completely destroyed. One more hit will do it. Denuncio in there. Rosie's taken a lot of damage as well. Will escape over the back to Zed. Uses his death mark to escape. No, he doesn't quite escape the Zyra ulti, as well as Chum the Waters, eating a ton of ultimates. Morzium falling solo. Swiper being ignited. Chili picks up the kill, but that's going to be it. That is a 2-for-1 trade. Zed and Rosie completely destroyed in that fight. Rosie didn't quite die, but was forced to back out. So not a bad team fight from Myth Esports.
Myth, yeah, they're going to be pretty happy with that. What they did do is stop the Baron attempt from Team Immunity. So now Immunity, they might be pushing up the base. They're not pushing up against Myth's base with a Baron buff on them. So, Myth, they're going to take what they can right here. But I still think it might be only a matter of time till Myth go down.
Look at Rosie. Now soloing Baron.
Oh, no!
Oh, wow. Corky picks up a kill.
He didn't cast his Q. What are you doing, Radiant? Oh no.
Will Rosie be able to 1v1 this Baron? That's what I want to know. Well, probably not now that Shaco's coming, but doing Sieves in. Oh, decides against it because the rest of Immunity will join them. But Doink, look at the damage he takes straight away from... Just destroyed. Yeah, completely destroyed. They will now take this Baron, maybe, maybe not. Look at Spooks trolling. Such a troll.
Oh, Rosie actually, he's going to try and take pretty much solo, just through the few auto attacks on Skylar. But oh no, Fluffy Cow!
Fluffy Cow comes in, doesn't get the kill on the Baron. Now using his exhaust, Swiper comes in, shuts him down. Morzium gets death mark. He is completely destroyed. Swiper actually went back into the Zyra ulti. Oh wow.
Oh, that's great. This game, it's to the point now where I definitely are having a bit of fun there, and Myth trying to do what they can, trying to pull it back. But I suppose in all of that time where we saw the Baron being fought over by both those teams, the bottom lane inhibitor did respawn.
Yeah, Spook's in a lot of trouble now. Chum the Waters as well. Onto him, he will get deleted.
Wow, that was a lot of damage there. Not too sure what Speaks is trying to say there, but who knows?
He's trying to talk to the whale.
Talk with the whale. Speak with the fishes. Yeah. Something like that. But who knows? He's going to have to with the whale for another 40 seconds while that death time is ticking down. And looks like they're not really focusing any particular point on the match. Just kind of split pushing and getting caught and just taking the game at their own pace.
Radiant now walking straight on top of Denuncio, and game must be over surely. Spooks is in chat saying he's going to replace Radiant for ADC.
And best Kate I've ever seen, absolutely. Spooks there making the plays like we just saw, but who knows? Radiant, I don't think he's going to win any Cassidon prizes after this game though. No,
and Myth Esports really want to kill this Rosie after that first game. I can imagine why. As Radiant's chilling over the wall, wants to get a Rift Walk on, maybe get a kill or two. Denuncio slice and dice into Radiant, trying to get a stun off, not going to happen. Rosie just split pushing his top lane, but Doink will join him. I don't think they're going to fight. Ace in the hole over the top. Morzium eats that one. Actually, that's a huge amount of damage, and will deter them a little bit. As you see Rosie just trying his best to farm. In comes Chili, throws out the ultimate as well in this middle lane. Now Radiant Rift walks into Fluffy Cow. Fluffy Cow actually has a decent amount of damage there. Is the whale. Oh, Sona Flash is actually back, and Chum the Waters completely destroys her. Deathmark though onto Myth Chili. Will it be enough? One more. Hey, the troll pole's not enough. Will take him down. Denuncio throws out the Dominus. Now in the front line, trying to tank up as best as possible. As in the top lane, Shyvana picks up Kill and Shaco. Radier takes down Renekton. Denuncio destroyed. And there's a GA on Swiper, so he'll return back to life and wants to get the kill on Morsey, man. It's not enough damage though.
Wow, I tell you what, lots of damage though being put out from from everyone in IM that team, but particularly Spooks at the moment. Look at this, he's got everything, and there we are, just takes out Zyra. He's got blood
passive from Zyra's doesn't quite land. That would have actually been a kill, but that is GG Myth decide to surrender that one. Well played to Team Immunity, well played to Myth Esports, and wow, what an interesting game, Go.
Yeah, it was in fact, and you know, Myth, they started out this one strong. I like their Shaco pick. I like how it worked early on, how it got them a few kills, the early lead. They were looking pretty decent at that point in the game, but the issue was with their team composition, particularly, they needed to really get some objectives after those first few kills, get a few towers, get the game really rolling in their favor. IM, they didn't let that happen at all, and well, we just saw the result.
It was an interesting set of matches, that's for sure. GG well played to everybody, and Swiffer actually turning up in the chat. Where were you, man? They didn't even really need you. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for watching Team Down TV's coverage of the CyberGamer Pro League. My name is Menace, joined again by GoGo Gadget. A big shout out to our sponsors, AMD, BenQ, G-Skill, M-Wave, Sound Blaster, and Western Digital. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you catch all of our CyberGamer action during the week. We'll be bringing you plenty more matches. And like I said, I'm Menace, joined by GoGo, and we'll see you guys next time.